Alright, so my water well has been giving me a lot of troubles lately. I mean, it's always something with this. I've been having problem way too many years already with this, and I never really fixed it. I just made temporary fixes onto temporary fixes. This has just been something like, I really don't want to touch it. I just want it to work. And every time it breaks, it's kind of a bad time. I'm up to something else and I don't really have the time fixing this. So now I really have the time fixing this, or I'm gonna take the time to fix this. I did a previous video, I think it was 2 years ago, where I changed the pressure gauge. So this well is actually drilled. So there's the drill hole. The concrete rings here is just acting as a house for the pump. And I got a pump here to actually take away the water that goes into the concrete rings, but it works sometimes and sometimes not. So there are some sediments in this well, so I don't know, I'm gonna send down the camera to see how it looks down there, and I'm gonna try flush it out with a compressor I have, and if that doesn't work, I'm just gonna blast it. I'm gonna throw down some dynamite there. That usually does the trick. So this is the pump I'm gonna replace it with. You just send this down the hole and connect the hose onto this here. So this is actually a smart coupler. Since the frost step is around 2 meters here, this needs to be insulated. So it's an easy way doing this with a coupler like this. Pretty much just drill this to the pipe and you can easily lift the pump out. So this is the summer water that's going to the sauna, and this is the water going to the actual house. This was just some decoration. Now this cable is going to the sauna. This is coming. Yeah, this is power the pump. I kind of forgot I had a mosquito killer hiding here in the bushes. So this is just insulation. I thought it looked like a spine. So the hose I just ripped out, it's supposed to be the old hose. I really think that, yeah, it is the old hose. This hose going to the sauna, I think I'm gonna leave that. I'm not going to connect it. It's just going to be a hassle doing that. I don't really use the water that much in the sauna. I mean, I got a river I can swim around in, so. So this pipe here, this is actually the drill pipe. This is going down 10 meters. I did find the old receipt for this. It was drilled 16th May 1980. We established cleaning, flushing, drilling. Yeah, they spaced everything up, and I think the total price went to 480 euros. I don't know what that's in today's value. Alright, so here is the water hose going. This is going straight down to a little bit over 2 meters. I actually put concrete in this ring to make a floor, so this is pretty much stuck inside this ring. So I need to cut that there and then try to pull this ring out. Yeah, just leave that here. So the electric wire kind of creeped into the bucket and got ripped off, but not really a problem. It's easy to fix that. Alright, so this is pretty much, yeah, that's below 2 meters. Got it really there, but yeah, this thing is about to collapse. It's like a mudslide down here. So it doesn't really gonna affect me, even though if that collapses. I mean it's gonna send down clay to around here and fill the pit again, but pretty safe here, I think. So yeah, I gotta hurry up doing this. So I gotta drill it in there and hopefully get it done before that collapses. All right, there it comes. Yeah, it's sure been raining a lot lately, but I didn't know my ground was this wet. Maybe I need to drain this. Take a scoop with the excavator. About here. Right. Let's put this right. So this is the top. I don't know, I guess this is supposed to be on the inside. Right, so this is going on here. So I need to lift it up. And then that is coming. Not the easiest thing doing alone. Oh, whoa, now it's coming. Come on. Mud is coming! I'm almost done. Come here, Frank. I think I need to scoop this up. I guess it's time to take up that thing too. I drove that actually only once, and that was in the spring, and it's kind of started a little fire in the engine compartment. I haven't drove it since. Okay, let's try again. other one there. All right, so it's a day later now, and it's pretty much a muddy paradise here. So what I did was I lost the nut from this coupler, so I had to go and get a new one. Couldn't find a new nut for this, so I had to buy a new coupler. I don't know the price of this, maybe 150 euros, something like that. Yeah, well, things happen. So I did put a plastic plug there in the hole, so sure it will be leaking in water right now, but it will keep most of the mud out. Oh, look, a mouse. Tiny little mouse there. I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty much just right above my finger now, above that leaf. Oh, anyway, I'm gonna pump out this water and try to get the new coupler in place there. So. Come on, little mouse. Right, so let's pump this out. So I actually did find a pretty good fitting plug here. This is actually a hydraulic plug. I mean, it's kind of perfect. I guess I gotten a little bit of dirty water in there, but doesn't really matter. I'm still gonna flush this. Well, if only could get it out. There we go. Okay, let's try this again without losing anything. See if it's centered there. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, it's really a solid seal here. I just hope it's in the middle of the hole. Can't really feel it through that hole, so yeah. so yeah, put this in. That is good. I'm putting this on. Oh, there we go. Let's get in. Right. I'm gonna test this. It's filling up rather quickly with water, so I gotta try to get water above here to see that. You can pretty clearly use your ears to hear if it started dropping down water here. There's water and clay filled above the line there now, so, and it doesn't really seem to, it doesn't seem to be leaking, so I gotta start filling this just since it kind of started raining now also, so this is totally going to collapse if I leave it like so. Alright, so this is a compressor I bought a few months ago. I'm doing a separate video about this, servicing it and fixing it. I also bought a generator, doing some servicing on and stuff like that. So I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna try to create under pressure to suck up as much sediment I can. That's the plan. So yeah. Alright, so that didn't really want to work. I thought that would work better than it actually did. When I kind of restricted the flow a little bit, I could actually see it did shoot up some water from the well, so I think the pressure is going both ways. So to avoid the pressure to go down, I gotta put it closer here. Let's try here. Alright, I guess that worked better in my mind than it actually did. I don't know, maybe the pipe is too long and it don't really get enough pressure to actually lift the water from down there. Or that I should put another hose with the pressurized air so it actually shoots up the water from the bottom. I don't know, but let's forget that. I'm gonna just push down air inside the hole instead to shoot up the water. That's definitely gonna work. I just gotta connect this directly to the water hose. There's the water again. So I need to lengthen the pipe there. I need that pipe to come up to the surface, so I did find this to lengthen it with. I think this is going to be a kind of an exact fit to thread over this existing pipe. I tried searching for a similar pipe like that so I could weld it longer, but I didn't find any. And I then got this. So this is a lid that's supposed to be on top here on the ground level. But the only problem is that this lid won't fit this pipe. So what I'm thinking is that, so I'm gonna cut a piece off this existing pipe here, thread this pipe on, and then the tiny piece there I gotta thread on top here so I could get this lid too. But at the same time, I really think it's better to use something like this, plastic. This is not going to conduct cold as much as steel pipe is gonna do, so I think it's a good way of actually avoid freezing. Well, normally there's gonna be snow over this, so it's not really gonna freeze, but yeah. And I also got another thing. So got a stick of, of dynamite. I kind of just want to stir things around there. So when filming, I could actually see a lot of sediment still stuck on the sides of the pipe. So my plan is to send this little thing down to just, I mean, it's gonna wash the sides a little bit. Kind of in a violent way, but it's still gonna wash the sides. Oh, that's good. So I'm just gonna tape this rock here in the bottom so it really sinks. I mean, the key point here is to actually use it in the bottom, not in the top, so it doesn't turn into a cannon. So it didn't really do much spray, but you could really see all the brown stuff coming up, so it really did its job. Alright, so okay. I've already broken 2 cameras this weekend, so alright, so I was just wondering why it wasn't pushing up water, and yeah, you can clearly see it was a bend there in the pipe, so it was like a rocket coming up. I mean, yeah, I just gotta cut it off and put it down again. So I've been leaving this on for a while now, and the water coming up seems to be kind of clean, so I think this is enough. Let's put down the Okay, so I gotta cut off a piece of this pipe. So the old hose actually, so there is a hole here. And there, so I mean previously the old hose just went in through this hole. So my plan is just to push this down around here, so yeah, so I can put some silicone here. The only thing that's bending is the handle itself. It doesn't really... Yeah. Let's get rid of this. Let's go with the knife. That works. Right, so... So brown, blue and ground. So these are not used inside. So. So this shrinking tube actually contains glue, so it will seal these connections in to make them waterproof. Alright, so this is supposed to be watertight now. So. And it goes so. So this is just gonna act as an extra yank protector. Something starts pulling the cables. So this is the old hose that goes down there to the sauna. So I'm not seeing myself using this, but I'm still gonna leave it in the ground since, I mean, you never know. You can pull a cable or something just through this. If I got some other project coming up, so I'm just gonna seal this and yeah, same go. I don't know. This isn't really the best electric cable I got going down there, but same goes for the electric cable. I'm gonna leave that here in the ground too. I mean, I kinda gonna remember where everything is if I ever need this thing. This thing is pretty much like a waterbed. I'm thinking I'm gonna leave it a little bit above ground. So I'm gonna raise, maybe I'll make a little hill here with dirt, just so it's pretty noticeable where the pipe actually is, so I don't drive over it with something. I gotta connect the pump to the hose. So I think the length for this hose is gonna be fine. Around 1 meter from the bottom. I'm not really gonna bother with this wire. I mean, this pump is so light, it doesn't really need a wire. I guess it's gonna. Stuck. So everything is stuck here. I mean, it's not supposed to hang in the wire, so I just put the wire on there. It's supposed to hang in the hose itself. Okay, that is stuck there. Right, not really much left, it's just putting on the lid. So, yeah. Right, that's pretty much it. take off the part I need for this.
That's really stuck. So the wall here was kind of thin, so it pretty much just broke. So yeah, I'm gonna need a new connector for that.
Okay, so the plan is to put the expansion vessel in here. Never really use this drawer, so might as well just put it here. I mean, something like this.
Right, so this is the old water line. The water was coming in here before, but that has been shut off with this valve. This is the new water line. So the water is coming in here, going here, there to the dishwasher and to the tap. So I can easily just install the pressure switch and the vessel here. So let's leave this.
Oh. Guess I could get it on. I mean, like so. So this thing actually got a rubber seal onto it, so I don't need to put any... I don't know the English name for that. The Swedish name is lean. But yeah, anyway. And then we got... Let's turn this on to see if it leaks anyway. Right, so I've been having this on for a few hours now and the system pressure is at 4 bars. And I can't feel a leak anywhere, so it's pretty watertight here. So let's plug in the electric. Alright, so everything is plugged in as it is right now. So let's open the tap and see when it turns on. Right, so now the pump is running. So I'm gonna raise the pressure here so it stops around 4 bar. So I'm gonna leave it like this. So it's supposed to cut off just under 4 bars and start up again at 2.5 bar. So yeah, I think that's good. Right. So I don't know. It would be nice having this. I don't really have any way to make this stay up. I need to figure something out. I guess this is gonna work. Let's put it like so instead. I don't know, something like this. I guess this is actually nice. I think this is good. It ain't going nowhere. So I gotta use this smart plug for this pump. So this is pretty much just a recive product. So that plug together with the flood sensor like this. So I've been keeping this sensor underneath the bench here in case of some leakage from the dishwasher or some of these coppers or the heater. If something starts to leak, this will send a notification for my phone. So this system per se is programmable. So what I did is I made a scene for this. So if this senses water, it gonna close the power for this plug. So even if I'm not home or have the phone with me, it's automatically going to close the pump. So let's try this. I'm gonna plug a lamp here instead, just so we can see if it actually has an effect if I get water onto that. Alright, so if everything works as it should, the light is supposed to go out when this senses water.
seems to be working. Right, so let's plug in the pump here. I mean, it's just a little bit of an extra safety having it like that. It's really exact fit there. Right, so. I gotta keep this water alarm underneath here, just so it also can sense the dishwasher. Right, so there we go. So I would call this done. So I just ordered myself a test kit for this water to see the actual water quality. So I actually never tested this water. So I think it can be a good thing to actually do a proper test for it. And this is test tubes, or the test bottles. Take away all the filters from the tap, put it on cold, flush away, yeah, let it flush for a while. Measure the temperature. Yeah, well, let's do that. Right, so the water is 8 degrees Celsius. Right, it's been flushing for a while now. Bottle with blue lid. Is it? No, it was actually a bottle that smelled. I thought it smelled like rotten eggs, but I don't know. Something with the bottle. Blue lid. Alright, fill it to 4/5 parts. And well, that's done. So, bottle with white lid. Okay. Oh, 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 oh. This is the radon test. So you're supposed to put it on a tiny little stream that doesn't break. I think something like that. Okay. So the tests are, this is microbiological test, chemical test, and this is analyzing for metals, and this is radon. So it's pretty much a complete test. So yeah, let's go send this in.
Alright, so last thing to do before calling this done is to check the pressure in this vessel. So I need to drain the system. Hey Google, turn off the vattenpump. Right, so the pump is off now, so I just need to drain the pressure from it. Alright, so there's no pressure in the system now and the tap is fully open. So let's measure this. The pressure I'm gonna have in this is, I guess you could say, approximately 0.3 bars below the start pressure of the pump. So since I got the start pressure for this pump at 2.5 bars, I'm gonna set this to around 2.1, 2.2 bars. I think they say you're supposed to have 90% of the start pressure to be set onto this. I don't really think that matters too much. Let's set this to 2.1. Alright, I think that's good. Hey Google, turn on the vattenpump.
Ja visst, tänder vattenpump.
I mean, just to summarize this, it's pretty simple. It's pretty much just a pump in the well. When the pump starts, water comes up here. It will fill this vessel, and there's a rubber balloon here that's then, when it's filled, will keep this under pressure. So every time you open the tap, it will send out water from here. The reason for that is that you don't want the pump to start every time you open the tap. You want the pump to be able to rest, to just prolong its life. So that's pretty much the reason for this. It's not really needed, but you will give your pump a longer life if you have a pressure vessel like this. So I'm not gonna wait for the test results for the water before publishing this video. I mean, it's around 10 days before those arrive back. I'm gonna put that in the description if someone's interested. So the mailman was just here. One other cool thing I actually have with this Seaway system is that I did put a sensor in my mailbox. So every time I got mail, I got this notification on my phone. So, I mean, that's just a cool thing to have. So the plan is just, well, I don't have much choice right now, but I'm thinking about maybe putting some rocks just around that. I would say this is done for this year. So I did haul in some firewood here. Just stacking it inside the house.